Hi everybody, our objective for today is to learn how to find the inverse of a given function. That is, when given something like f of x equals 3x plus 6, how do we find the inverse of f of x? Lucky for us, there are some steps we can follow to make this easier. Let's see, steps. So, the first step is just replace f of x for y. So wherever you see f of x, we can just write y. Same thing goes if you see h of x or g of x, any function of x, you can rewrite as y. Now the second step is interchange x and y. So everywhere you see an x, you replace it with y, and everywhere you see a y, you replace it with x. We'll see this in an example in a couple of minutes. Our third step is the most important, and that is to solve for y. So just using algebra, solve for y. Our final step, similar to our first, is just going to be replace y with f inverse of x. So now let's see this done out in an example. Let's use the example that we gave in the beginning. So let's just block these notes off over here, and we'll put the work on the side. So now if you're given something like f of x equals 3x plus 6, our first step is to replace this f of x right here with y. So now we have something that looks like y equals 3x plus 6. Our next step is to interchange x and y. So wherever you see a y, like right here, we're going to put an x, and everywhere you see an x, like right here, we're going to put the y. So it's important to remember that we're not taking the coefficient that's attached to these variables, we're just switching the variables themselves. So now for our third step, we're just solving for y. So now we want to get this y right here by itself. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. And now we're going to have something that looks like x minus 6 equals 3y. To get y by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 3. And now we'll have something that looks like x minus 6 over 3 equals y. And for our last step, we're just replacing y with f inverse of x. And I'm just going to go ahead and write that on the left side right here. And now our final answer is the inverse of f of x is x minus 6 over 3. So tomorrow we're going to spend class time practicing some more of these examples, and then we're going to talk about how can we check our work. How can we see if we're given a function and its inverse, how can we confirm or verify that those functions are in fact inverses? So why don't you guys go ahead and give these two examples a try. So we'll say f of x equals 2x plus 4, and then why don't we try we'll say g of x equals 1/2 x minus 8. And then tomorrow we'll come in and we'll all check our work.